Hello everybody and welcome back to HotCuppaCrypto. My name is Jordan and today we are jumping straight into the cryptocurrency market and checking out all of the latest news. So subscribe to the channel, turn on the bell notifications guys, and let's jump into this. So first we're going to check out all of the latest prices and what has happened today. The inflation data come out and we have some news stories from Samsung, Elon Musk, Metamask. It's going to be pretty crazy, but to begin, we do have this price chart. Now, this is the Bitcoin price, right? Now, just to check this out, guys, today what happened is the CPI came out. And as you can see, we've been hovering around the lows for a very, very long time in this market, right? But right now, we did get this huge drop down and then a pump back up following higher than expected CPI, which is inflation, right? So the inflation report came out from the US today, and inflation was worse than expected, which means the Federal Reserve will have to continue raising interest rates, right? So that really affects the dollar and some of the other markets here. As you can see, this is the bond market, the 10-year US Treasury yield, touching on 4% again, which is pretty bad. It means mortgages, debt, all of the debt in the entire country will be pretty unaffordable as interest rates continue to rise. And because of that, we have the dollar now. As you can see, the general uptrend for the dollar on the day chart here, it has been rising and rising and rising of recent times. Now, we have had kind of a pump in the previous few days, but surprisingly today, if we look at the hourly chart, so this is what's been happening during the day, we have seen that it's kind of been flat or sideways, and then it dropped following the CPI data. It did the opposite here to Bitcoin, right? The dollar went up and then it went down. So really interesting to see what's going on here in terms of the dynamics of the currencies in all of the countries around the world, because this does determine, guys, how much you pay for all of the items that you buy and food and everything, right? The rise in inflation costs and everything. So we do have the pound recovering today, the UK pound, right? Our currency is up by 2% in one day, which is just crazy. Currencies are not supposed to move, like low cap cryptocurrency altcoins fluctuating wildly in price on a day-to-day, but there we go. So it turns out that the pound is more volatile than Bitcoin at the moment, and the reason the pound is acting like this is because of the crazy inflationary stimulus package that was announced by Liz Truss, right, in the UK, and our new Chancellor Kwasi Kwarteng. They have announced that they are going to be printing, so much money, 60 billion minimum, in order to fund and pay for, guys, tax cuts, which we shouldn't be doing if we're broke, right? And that's exactly what we are. This country is completely broke. We are in so much debt, just like all the other countries. However, we are, we now have the problem of inflation, which is the problem. It makes all prices go up as we continue printing more money. And we're basically throwing fuel. We are throwing gasoline on the already huge fire. So let's hope that doesn't get, let's hope that this, they do something about this. However, we can see that it collapsed when the pound collapsed the other week, causing the Bank of England to basically bail out the pension funds, which did nearly go bust, guys. So everyone in the UK who does have a pension, all their money did disappear and evaporate into thin air overnight. So it was about 6 times worse than the financial crisis of 2008. But this time they had a backup plan, right? The Bank of England has quantitative easing, and that is quantitative easing simply means money printing, or essentially bailing out the bond market, because the pension funds started selling off bonds. And if we do check out the UK bond market just over here, we can see that we do have the UK 10-year interest rate going up ridiculous amounts. As you can see, it hit 4.5, 4.6 actually. I think that was that earlier today or yesterday, and now it is coming down again here. However, bonds are threatening this long-term uptrend. If you look on the long term here, this is the 10-year UK bond. As you can see, it is rising up now, turning into a bull market, and this is the 10-year US bond doing the exact same thing. And this does mean that people's houses will get repossessed by the bank, and because mortgages will not just double, not just triple, guys, but in some cases quadruple in the amount that people with variable rate mortgages have to pay off. They have to make their payments per month. Their monthly payments will go up to hundreds, in some cases even into the thousands of pounds. It is absolutely crazy. So it's a cost of living crisis in the UK and in many countries around Europe because of the energy crisis. And Liz Truss has announced in the UK, like a cap on energy energy bills, but they, in order to do that, they're actually doing it by making the core of the problem worse by printing money. Right now, they should be essentially, you know, funding it with real tax rises or cuts in other areas of government spending. They could be doing that, but they're not doing that. So it is pretty wild. Now, what's happening with the oil market? If you guys can see, because remember, oil determines the price of all goods, right? In most countries, in all countries, sorry, and that does include food, transportation, and all of the other goods that you can imagine, right? Clothes, yeah, just every product that is shipped in and out of countries. And you can see that the oil price has hit a kind of bottom over here, about 77 at the end of September, and it has started to rise again here. And it came down and then it's coming up again here now. So we will see what's going on with that. We do have gold looking relatively stable down at this sort of baseline area, looking similar to oil. However, oil is pumping due to Biden depleting the US reserves, and then OPEC, basically the OPEC agreement led by Saudi Arabia, basically announcing that they are going to be cutting their supply of oil to the US, infuriating Biden just before the elections coming up in November, guys. So there is crazy stuff happening. Now, all of this stuff has a lot more nuance and details into it. So if you guys want to see more, subscribe to the channel, turn on the bell notifications. That is HotCuppaCrypto over on YouTube and on TikTok and everywhere else, guys, if you want to find me. However, we will try to get some news videos out very regularly there on the channel. We also do DeFi project reviews and checking out new projects in cryptocurrency and analyzing the market in general. Because guys, I created this channel because I'm absolutely passionate about crypto. So, and I do believe that it has a long-term future, despite Bitcoin having, being in a bear market right now. Guys, we have seen this many times in history. We have seen this in the past, right? If we go all the way back, we are currently at the top of the previous bull market's price. The bull market, the peak of that bull market was, 19,000. And we're using that as new support now for the bottom of this bear market, which is really awesome, right? It's good to see how the price in the long term is, how Bitcoin is continuing to gain mass adoption is absolutely awesome. So let me know, guys, if you believe in crypto as well and what you think about Bitcoin in the future of this, excuse me, as well, guys. So yeah, I just wanted to show you also a couple of other things. That's the natural gas price. So anyway, let's jump over into, some of the cryptos. We do have Bitcoin here, as you can see, it had the dump and then the pump. Recently, we are up around 19.5K right now. So we've recovered pretty well. Ethereum is doing the exact same thing. BNB is hovering around 270 the price. We do have XLM and Ripple. So they had a huge pump last week, which is Stellar and Ripple, XRP basically, right? So that's pretty interesting. And we will jump over to coin market cap. So let's go ahead and check that out. So this is the crypto market. We have the whole market kind of in 1% of green at the moment. So that is the update for that. So let's jump into the first news story, guys. We have a crazy news story. Samsung uses blockchain-based security for devices in its network. This is once again another huge tech company, Samsung, getting into the blockchain technology space. They have already created like a blockchain wallet. It's really awesome. But let me just go through some of the details of this. Samsung's Knox Matrix uses blockchain technology backing to increase security for all personnel smart devices of a user connected to a network, right? The tech giant Samsung announced it will utilize blockchain technology to upgrade security protocols for all of its smart devices. Knox Matrix is a new blockchain-based security solution for cross-device experiences. This means the security layer covering all Samsung devices, from smartphones to home appliances. Within the network, Samsung says Knox Matrix will work as an individual's own private blockchain system, with all of one's interconnected devices equipped with the blockchain's multi-layered monitoring. This includes electronics such as smartphones, but also smart TVs and air conditioners. So the new security upgrade is intended to protect users from exploits of their credentials and passwords, basically, things like that. So while simultaneously making logins more simple. So yeah, it's a really cool security kind of upgrade. It comes alongside the company's announcement of its collaboration with Google to improve multi-smart device experiences in the home. Pretty interesting there. And great to see once again big tech companies getting into crypto and adopting blockchain technology for security. Crypto.com, in the middle of this bear market, this is awesome news because another big crypto exchange, Crypto.com, selecting Paris for its European headquarters after a 150 million euro investment. So they are investing into a new massive headquarters in Paris, which doesn't mean that it's a good sign, right? It's a good sign that the company has a lot of funds backing it, and that during the bear market we see crypto's top exchanges actually investing more in terms of long-term building for the long term, which is really cool here. So we will eventually see the cryptocurrency market recover, and when that happens, it's cool to see that after all of the investments during the bear market, the crypto market will come out stronger than ever, which is awesome news. New UK government, there's more news coming out from the UK. UK government approves electronic trade documents bill that aims to digitize documents using blockchain technology. So the UK authorities have recently approved a new electronics trade documents bill that aims to leverage blockchain technology to digitize government documents. The bill seeks to bolster the ideas of a paperless economy, which is ideally cashless, right, by making use of blockchain to print papers digitally. So this is all part of their, steps towards creating a UK central bank digital currency, right, which all countries are working on and doing right now. But ultimately, this gives them ultimate control in the future over all of your transactions, and allows them to approve and disprove. Allows the central bank, the Bank of England, to approve and disprove any of your transactions, guys, based on your history and based on predetermined criteria, which is pretty crazy and ominous to see what happens with that coming in the future. Now that the UK bank has actually announced their pilot scheme is beginning in June 2023, so they are already rolling that out. So we could expect that potentially 6 months after that, or sometime at the end of next year, they could be getting rid of cash, guys, forever or once and for all, which could be their way of introducing their antidote or their rival to Bitcoin, if you will, and that is by introducing a central bank digital currency that they will claim is even better than Bitcoin. However, guys, thank God for Bitcoin, because Bitcoin gives you self-sovereignty and allows you to remain free, and it gives you freedom right over your own funds. So that is why crypto is so important in the future. So we also have Do Kwon, guys, continuing to cash out all of your funds that you are investing into the new Lunar, which is quite a few billion, I think. If you look on Coin Market Cap, we have also seen the new Lunar price exploding. But it has been revealed that Do Kwon continues cashing out Terra while investors are remaining hopeful. On-chain data from a Korean professor actually does suggest that Do Kwon is moving Lunar to Binance, guys, even as he promotes the new coin. So community members are still hopeful that the coin will reach $1, but ultimately he is selling and selling and selling. So pretty interesting there. Just an update for all of your Lunar holders who think that you're backed by necessarily a good developer, but we'll see how that works. But Do Kwon continues shilling the new Lunar, so pretty interesting. And he's currently in hiding because there is he is on the red list, international red list right now. But anyway, something interesting to consider. Binance burns as many BNB tokens as the hacker minted from thin air. This was after the hack that happened the other day, guys. The burn removed over 2 million BNB from the circulating supply. So that is how much the hacker for the BNB chain hack that happened last week. That is how much the hacker basically stole from the chain. Now they have replaced it and they have solved the problem. Basically, Binance today completed its 21st quarterly burn of BNB tokens, effectively compensating for the losses incurred from its bridge hack last week, right? So it is good to see that they came up with a solution for this. BNB is the native cryptocurrency of BNB chain, formerly known as the Binance Smart Chain, which is a competitor to Ethereum. A burn is when tokens are permanently removed from a cryptocurrency supply and is generally used as a measure against inflation today's burn took 2 million BNB, worth over $549 million at current prices, off of the market. So the BNB chain isn't actually a decentralized, right guys? So a lot of people think it is. However, it is a very centralized chain. However, and a lot of people think that that is bad, right? But the centralization comes with this added layer of Binance, of security, where Binance can just come and solve problems like hacks and things that happen by compensating users, or in this case, burning extra tokens from the BNB chain. Now, Binance does back the BNB chain and does claim that it is somewhat decentralized. However, they have a certain amount of nodes who they have control over, and validators and stuff, so they can actually coordinate in a centralized manner in order to freeze certain funds and things like that, which they did do to the hacker, which is awesome. So, and now they have gone ahead and burned all of the tokens that were actually stolen, or at least the equivalent same amount of BNB here. So we do have Elon Musk launching his very own fragrance. Yes, that is right, guys. He has launched Tesla, he has launched SpaceX, and he has launched human robot butlers. As we did explain in the previous video, we will be all having butlers. Excuse me, guys. So that is robots that does bring you breakfast in bed in your own home, solves all of your tasks, does your cleaning for you. It is just like that movie I, Robot with Will Smith in ages ago. Let me know if you guys have seen that movie. But now he is on to launching apparently disgusting smelling fragrances, and it is I guess a joke product from him. And but the funny thing is he is saying that he accepts payment in Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Dogecoin, guys, including additional altcoins. So Elon Musk is adding a quirky new product to his company's lineup of goods and services, and that can be paid for with crypto. The billionaire's tunneling startup Boring Company just launched a perfume called Burnt Hair, which Musk describes as the finest fragrance on earth. You gotta love Elon Musk, guys. Pretty hilarious. But yeah, it's good to see some kind of light-hearted stories and humor during the depths of the dark bear market, the crypto winter that we are currently in. And then, guys, I just wanted to... So we do have this, which was really interesting. Bitcoin is the ultimate freedom, says former EU MP Nigel Farage, right? So this is the UK-based MP Nigel Farage, who campaigned a lot on Brexit. Very popular with the TV station GB News, right? But he is actually advocating Bitcoin here, so it's interesting to see. The former member of the European Parliament drew parallels between leading a political insurgency with Brexit and the opposition Bitcoin experiences today. So, yeah, I mean, it's pretty interesting. Any new idea automatically faces the opposition of the establishment, said former member of the European Parliament Nigel Farage on a panel at the Bitcoin Amsterdam event on Thursday. So if you guys don't know, there is a huge Bitcoin event happening in Amsterdam right now, where a lot of crypto people are getting together, influencers, companies and projects, and doing lots of speeches and things like that. So the argument served as an introduction to Nigel Farage's point throughout the conversation, as he drew parallels between Bitcoin and his experience pushing the then unpopular idea of Brexit, the exit of the UK from the European Union. So basically, he is just saying that it is a great way to secure your freedom, basically. We have an interesting story here. Metamask is adding bank transfers, guys. If you do use DeFi projects, or you are operating in DeFi in crypto, where you're using a Metamask wallet to send funds, do transactions and do swaps on things like decentralized exchanges and so forth, then yeah, Metamask is adding bank transfers, and there is a video here actually showing it. But the idea is they have instant bank transfers, Apple Pay, even Apple Pay is integrated, a debit or credit card is integrated, or a bank transfer, or a bank account. I think that's where you link it, but there's 5 options there, and you can see over here, this is they've partnered with this company called Sardine, right? So you enter your information, you just connect your account using a phone number, and then you can actually directly deposit from your bank into Metamask, which is actually awesome, without necessarily needing a KYC intermediary like Binance. However, Sardine is relatively non-anonymous. However, the nature of being able to transfer into a Metamask wallet means that you can basically secure your anonymity by just transferring your funds directly into another Metamask wallet, right, or account on the blockchain. So you can actually keep your funds way more private, I think, in this scenario. But let me know what you guys think. Is this a better solution to privacy instead of onboarding your funds from fiat currency into crypto through a through a exchange, a centralized exchange that knows all of your information about you, such as Binance, right? Let me know what you guys think. US consumer prices rise sharply despite Federal Reserve rate increases. So persistence of high inflation triggers the seesaw session on Wall Street as investors weigh a tougher monetary response. Basically what this is saying is the markets remain volatile, guys. Today, US inflation did come out at 8.2% year over year, which is basically oh sorry, that was last month, and then this month it was 8.3%, so it was higher than last month. So that's a rise, and it rose double what was expecting month over month, right? So that was year over year inflation, and month over month it rose double than investors were expecting. So basically inflation is still at high levels after the Federal Reserve spending the last year or so raising interest rates to try to control inflation and saying to everyone that is going to work. So just keep that in mind, guys. Inflation is here to stay, it looks like, and it is going to potentially get a lot worse unless interest rates can rise way more higher, literally double as high, or even way more, triple as high than they are now. They have to be higher than the rate of inflation in order to do anything about taming inflation, stopping inflation, or even controlling inflation. So yeah, that's basically it. Just checking the information there, and thank you guys for tuning in to another video here on Hot Cuppa Crypto. My name is Jordan, and we'll see you again very soon in another video, guys.